think that we forget about this constantly as people who are really open energetically, who feel things really deeply. And the first thing I want to say is most of the world does not feel anywhere close to the capacity that we are feeling. So I'm talking to the person who, for the last several years at minimum, has really done the work to soften, to open up, to remove the armor that protects us, that seemingly protects us and keeps us safe, but also keeps people out. We've removed all that. And so we're just like open and vulnerable, like beautiful little hearts. And that means that we feel everything deeply, but we are also much more sensitive to energy and energetic shifts and all that sort of thing in that space. Most people, that is not their reality whatsoever. I'm going to say like 94% of people are not as open. And what is happening is that a lot of times when we are in these intense energetic portals, which are only going to continue, they're going to continue and they're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger over the next 1,000 years as we fully shift into the age of Aquarius. We are processing so much collective trauma. We are processing so much in the collective field. It's not so much, and I've actually been confused about this over the years because I've picked up on this for a long time, but it's not that we are processing things for individuals collectively. It's that there is a collective field of consciousness. We are cleansing that field, and a lot of times we have to move that, unfortunately, through our body. And so our body responds, or this might look like you feeling an extreme amount of intensity that does not correlate to what's actually happening in your life. Like it doesn't make any sense. And sometimes that can be us processing like our own trauma or releasing something that's sort of subconscious. But a lot of us are cleansing the collective field so that others, when they come into their openness and when they come into their awakening, because everybody will in their right time, everybody will, it will be a clearer field. Because if you think about it, like it would be so difficult to be awakening right now for the first time. Like everything is so intense. Most of you guys watching this, I feel like I had my first awakening in like 2014, and I feel like my ascension started in 2020. And most of you guys probably have a similar timeline to that. Like we've been in this for like 10 years. And so with that comes a responsibility. And also there's a lot of people who did this way before us. When you think about the people who were writing about spirituality and energy in 1940, when literally nobody was talking about it. There was like 3 people on the planet talking about it, you know? Or people writing like Wayne Dyer, or these authors who really set the pace in the 80s and 90s before this stuff was really popular in any capacity. We all do this for each other. And so one of our responsibilities as being more conscious is that we have work to do clearing the collective field. And I do think that some people, this is more a part of their contract than others. And I feel like I'm for sure one of these people, and this is why I understand it deeply, because I feel that sometimes there's so much intensity that doesn't correlate to what's actually happening in my life. And then when we're in portals like this, everything is just intensified. So not only are you clearing your own stuff, and especially if you're in relationship with others, like because we're in the Venus retrograde, like you have probably a lot of stuff coming up. And your own stuff coming up, not separate from relationship or friendships or partnerships or business things or whatever. And then we're also clearing this collective field. So I just wanted to speak to that because I think that we forget that we're doing that sometimes. And it's like, oh my God, I feel everything so intensely and nobody else does. And like, yes, but we're also doing actually a great service that we don't get credit for, or we don't get acknowledgement or recognition for, and we never really will. This is a part of the role of being a light worker. It's a part of the role and responsibility that comes with being a conscious individual.